with love. And today it will be strictly about the Pacers forcing a game seven. Yes, for the first time in almost a decade, the NBA Finals will go to a game seven on Sunday night. The Pacers beat the Thunder 108-91. Halliburton looked good coming off of his still having that calf. OKC looked bad. We'll discuss it all right now on this episode of Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. Before I get into it though, thank you guys for the likes, the comments, the views, supports. I very much appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel. Uh, my my links obviously are in the description in terms of my Instagram and all that. Please go follow that. And yeah, now let's hop into the video. Okay, the Pacers have forced a game seven, 108-91. This game was over in the second quarter. It was close, and then the Pacers go 30-9. A 30-9 run, and they blow out the Thunder. This, I'm not going to lie, I thought game six was going to be a close game. I thought it was going to come down to the wire. I was shocked at how the Pacers blew them out. I really was. Like, the Pacers play well in the game. Like, don't get me wrong, their defense was amazing. This isn't one of those classic, what you call magnet ball games. That's not even what you call it. They were just great. Um, on the defensive end. I mean, they only shot 41%. And look, the Pacers were the more desperate team. We knew that. They will be coming in, but you would just think OKC would have played better. They didn't. The Pacers had a lot to do with that. I thought their deep perimeter defense was incredible. I thought the way they played Shea, they kind of doubled earlier. Um, they timed their double teams really well in the half court. Um, they did a good job on J Dub. He wasn't getting to the rim at will. By the way, he comes off a 40-point performance. He was incredible. He comes to Indiana. He's a minus 40. Chet Holmgren played terrible at 4 points in 6 boards. They overall just did not shoot the three ball well. Look, I know 8 for 30 is what they were, but before the garbage time, I think they hit like what, 2 or 3 threes. I think they may have hit like 6 in the last quarter, maybe something like that. The Pacers obviously did all their work. Pacers hit 15 threes in the game. The game flipped when TJ McConnell and Obi Toppin came in. That's when the game flipped. TJ McConnell, 12 points, 9 boards, 6 assists. He had 4 steals. Absolutely incredible. Obi Toppin had 20 points and 6 boards. He came in, hit 2 threes to start. Everybody for the Pacers pretty much played well. I thought Shepard gave him some good minutes, really good minutes in the finals. Obviously, Halliburton, look, he came out, he was aggressive. He didn't overdo it. He had 14 points and 5 assists. Was a plus 25, and he only had to play 23 minutes. So he played basically half a game, got a win, and now can get extra rest for that calf, so he's ready to go for game 7. That's huge. Nembhard played really well. He had 17. He was really efficient. Thought Miles Turner was good defensively. Offensively, he just did not have it, and he has not had it. And if he can give them something obviously, in game 7 on the offensive end. That's huge. Aaron Nesmith, 10 points, kind of got himself going for 3 a little bit in that second quarter. Siakam had 16 and 13. Look, it was a great defensive performance. Again, they did not shoot the ball crazy. I mean, 41% from the field, 35% from three. They were 68% from the line. I mean, their shooting numbers weren't fantastic. In how they started the game off. I mean, their shooting numbers. Excuse me. Their shooting numbers weren't gonna be great. I mean, when you start off a game 0-9, they started off the first quarter 0-9, and then they started off like the second half, I think 0-8. So that's bad enough right there. I just thought OKC was like when the Pacers went on that 30-9 run. During that run, it just felt like the Thunder weren't. They were out of their rhythm. They weren't into the game. Like the way the Pacers won, that's very surprising. Look, the Pacers, nobody. First of all, national media who believe this series will be terrible. Please come outside. Please come outside. Jason McIntyre, all of them. Please come outside. This has been the best series since 2016, hands down. Will we get a game 7 like 2016? I don't know. Look, I know the video's up on YouTube and you can rewatch it, but what you felt, and I know this is going a little bit off here, what you felt watching it live, Cavs Warriors, what you felt, you'll never feel that. You can watch it on YouTube, but it will not replicate the feeling of how you felt watching that game live. It just won't. Just like how people from '90s tell you watching so and so play against so in this, or the Rockets beating the Knicks in '94 to win their first title, or Jordan, whatever the shot, whatever the case may be. That game 7 gets a. If you did not watch that live, yes, you can go back and watch it on YouTube, and it's probably great, and it's a great, one of the best videos I believe the NBA has put out in terms of views. You just can't replicate that feeling. You just can't. Will we get a game 7 like that? I don't know. We could get game 7 that's going to be a blowout. Who knows? Who's going to step up in game 7? We do not know. For the Pacers, Mathurin did not have the great shooting game. Will Mathurin come out and have a 20-point performance? Will Obi Toppin give you a game 1 sort of performance where he comes out and has like 18 who 18 points, or who will go off and have a 25-point performance? I mean, for OKC, who will be the unsung hero potentially? Will it be somebody like an Isaiah Joe or Aaron Wiggins? We don't know. Will the stars step up and be stars, or will they have a bad game? Will SGA have another bad game? Will J-Dub have another bad game, or will they rise to the occasion? Again, in game 7, anything can happen. Obviously, sometimes it's just great players taking over, but sometimes in game 7, it's just role players. They say, you know what, I'm not afraid of the moment. I'm going to knock down 6 threes. And I'm gonna knock down 6 threes, and I'm gonna help my team win. This is gonna be an incredible game, I think. The whole series look back and forth, nip and tuck. Game 1, the Pacers steal it, even though the Thunder led the home game. Game 2, the Thunder really dominated that game. In game 3, the Pacers got it. Really was the better team in that game. Game 4, Pacers were the better team, but OKC gets at the end because Shea has 15 of their last 16 points, and they hold the Pacers to 1 point. Incredible. Then in game 5, Thunder were leading most of the way. Pacers cut it down. There were some mistakes in there. Halliburton played bad. J-Dub and Shea have a legacy game. Then in game 6, the Pacers just straight dominate. Everybody plays well. Halliburton gives them an emotional lift to do it against their fans. And I talked about it. When we talked about this game on Wednesday, I said that if the Patriots have any pride, they'll win game 6 and at least get them a chance in game 7, because in game 7, anything can happen. We're going to game 7. The keys to it's going to be the same keys: rebounding, turnovers, 3-point shooting. Those are the 3 keys. If you win, whoever win those keys are going to win the game. That's what it's going to come down to. If the Indiana Pacers shoot better from 3 than OKC, let's just say OKC can't buy a 3. I don't think they're going to be able to win the game. The Pacers, to me, the pressure is all on the Oklahoma City Thunder in this game. 68 win, historical season. You're at home, chance to win your first championship. You're facing a Pacers team that's really good, but they're underdog, 4 seed. Not unless you were a fan in the city, or maybe a guy that actually watched the whole year. Nobody really expected them to be here. This would be an all-time upset if the Pacers somehow pull this off on Sunday night. If the Thunder lose this game, which is a real possibility, it's going to be a tough one to swallow. And the Thunder fans have been through some heartbreak. This one would be bad. But if the Pacers win and come back down from 3-2 to win a championship, this team, there's a lot on the line. This could be an all-time. This could be an all-time, just an all-time playoff run for one, but an all-time underdog story, one of the best feel-good stories. And look, it's all on the line. And then obviously for coaches, Dak, no, you want to get your first title as well. But Rick Carlisle, he has a chance to establish himself as one of the he's already an all-time great, but he'd be up there, maybe top 5 category, close to that, if he can win a championship. Because in 2011, he had Dirk. If he can beat the Thunder, an all-time team that was breaking records. By the way, they beat a Cavs team in 5 games that was having 20-plus game winning streaks, and they were breaking statistical records as well. A lot of people thought they could have been in the finals against OKC. If the Indiana Pacers can somehow win 2 games in OKC and win the championship, it would be one of the biggest upsets of all time. Now, if the Thunder win, Shea caps off one of the best seasons from a single player we've seen in a while in terms of MVP, scoring champion, all NBA first, all that other jazz. Well, game 7, there's going to be some nerves. There's going to be some pressure. I talked about it. It is going to be about 3-point shooting, rebounding, and 3-point shooting, rebounding, and turnovers. The Pacers did not turn the ball over that much. And if they did, it was a dead ball turnover. Like, I believe the overall turnovers they had 10. And a lot of them were dead ball. They weren't throwing them out. And I believe the Thunder had 21. If you can force OKC to turn the ball over, and you could get out on a fast break. If Nembhard and Halliburton cannot do what they did in game 5. They just can't do that in game 7. just turnovers. You cannot have that if you're the Indiana Pacers. You just can't have it because that's like death. Same thing with OKC. Obviously, in terms of the 3-point shooting, the Thunder shoot better at home. If you're the Pacers, you just cannot let them get going. Same thing with Thunder. Look, if that 3-point shot is not going down for some reason, you really have to get inside that lane and get into the paint. But to me, the starters obviously are going to be huge. It's going to be the bench. Because if the Pacers bench have two guys, or if the Thunder bench have two guys, have a legacy game, that's going to me, it's going to come down to the bench in Game 7. Who will be the unsung hero? To me, that's what it comes down to. Who will be the unsung hero? Because again, in Game 7, you just don't know. Like, you just don't know. I could sit up here and be like, yeah, it'll be Caruso, or it'll be McConnell. But what if Ben Shepherd gets hot and hits like 5 corner threes? What happens if Isaiah Joe, he's a sharpshooter, he gets hot, it hits 6 threes? Like, you just don't know in this game what's going to happen. And really, I've just, a part of me wants this to just get it over with and see who's the champion. But I mean, these are going to be the longest 2 days until the Game 7. The longest. For the players, I can only imagine how you feel. And the coaches, you're not going to be able to sleep. You're just going to be up thinking about it. I mean, OKC, I know they'll feel good because they're at home. And when you win 68 games, this is what you want right here. If you're the Pacers, I don't know how they feel. I mean, the Pacers, I don't think they'll feel a lot of pressure. I really do. I mean, maybe it's really tough because obviously you want to win the championship. But it's just the way. TJ McConnell said something interesting in his postgame on NBA TV. And when you go on the road anyways, if you've played a sport before at whatever level, this has reigned true, but especially in Game 7. This is going to ring true. He said, we're going to have to be connected on the road because on the road, that's all we are going to have is us. And then Shea said something interesting. He said, we're just going to have to flush this game. And yeah, you are going to have to flush it because look, it's one game from all the marbles. You're going to look at the film, see what you did well, see what you didn't do. Obviously, Daigneault's going to have to sit and make adjustments. Obviously, the Pacer, Rick Carlisle, he's one of the best. In a one-game situation, he's one of the best. So I expect both teams to be ready to go, ready to play. Obviously, the stars. To me, Halliburton is the key, obviously. If Halliburton comes out and he gives you at least 16 and 10, I think the Pacers have a good chance of winning. That's minimum. I believe the Pacers have a good chance of winning. For the Thunder, it's really Shea and J-Dub. So here's the thing. Shea can still have 30 plus and them lose because J-Dub isn't efficient. To me, for them, J-Dub or even more of Chet is the key. Like, if Chet comes out there and lays a dud, the Thunder, their chances of winning the game go down significantly. Now how much will they play the double big? I don't know. They've started the game with a balance. Some Hardenstein has made an impact. in stretches in this series. Uh, it's just the three balls. If you're the Pacers, you can not leave anybody open. Obviously, if you're the Thunder, you can't do that either. I'm just one game for a world championship is insane. I mean, if you ask any coach at the end of the season, if you ask any coach at not even at the beginning of the season, which is October, if you ask any coach in August or whenever training camp start in August, mid-August, I mean, you'll take this on the road at home. We got 48 minutes. If we play a great 48 minutes, we're world champions. You'll sign up for that. Any team will sign up for that, So, and look, it could be one of the small markets teams' first ever championship. Pacers, Thunder. This will be very interesting if Indiana could somehow win this. Again, it'd be one of the best feel-good stories maybe ever. If the Thunder win it caps off an historic season. I mean, there's so much on the line in terms of legacy. I mean, Pascal Siakam can get his second ring, and if they win this, and if the Pacers win, he'll probably get his first ever Finals MVP, which will be a thing. Halliburton at 25 years old has the chance to get his first ring and be the engine around this. So again, that OKC crowd is going to be loud, loud, loud. So it's going to be interesting. Hopefully the refereeing is not suspect like in game 4, 5. I thought the first 3 games it was okay, but in the games 4, 5, those games you looked at it and was like, what is going on here? In game 6, I thought the refereeing was okay. So again, look, we'll just see. This game is gonna shift the balance of power in the NBA tremendously. And whoever wins it, obviously you're remembered forever. And then in terms of the top stars, I mean the Pacers, Halliburton, if he somehow wins this, I don't know where Siakam will rank overall, but for Siakam and Halliburton as a duo, they with Tatum and Brown out, they might be the best duo in the East. That's because Tatum and Brown are hurt. I mean, look, there's so much on the line here. Here in Game 7, so it will be fun. Game 6, the Pacers do it 108 to 91. Game 7 will be Sunday night on ABC at 8 o'clock. We decide a champion. It's the last game of the NBA season. You couldn't ask for a more fitting way to go out. It's the Pacers and the Thunder. All right. I'll see you guys next time. And there may not be another video unless Kevin Durant gets traded. There may not be another video until that Sunday reaction, depending on what time I would get home for that. There may not be a video till Monday. Who really knows? All right. See you guys. Take care.